filled with songs and rhythms, clogging dances. You've got a study guide and a glossary here in the back. Tell us how you created Journey to the Mountain.
Well, there are so many different areas covered in the book. First of all, I wanted to make sure I was able to define for the reader what various terms meant, because there are a lot of terms in the book that aren't necessarily in common usage anymore. So I created the glossary to help clarify that. The study guide, which is actually turns out to be quite extensive, it's about a 15-page study guide. I really wanted to set a path or direction for readers that would be interested in further study of the topics in the book. And so I accumulated information about books and audio and videotapes and DVDs and CDs and teaching resources, internet websites, and I put them together into the study guide. So those that were interested in pursuing these topics further, or the teachers who might want some guidance as to how to pursue some of these topics, would have a sort of a roadmap.
Before we meet Redbird, you go into a great descriptive history of the Native Americans, especially the Cherokee Indians. How did you get the idea to start your novel out this way?
Well, I really wanted to sort of set the ground work for the story, and so the book actually begins with a history briefly of early North Carolina and Native Americans, and then mainly the Cherokees in western North Carolina. And I really wanted to provide the reader with information about this culture, and also in the story certain things occur, and they occur because of the way the Cherokee culture was. And I didn't want that to just come out of the blue. I wanted some context for that. So I actually discussed things like what important numbers were, or how you got your name, how your name might be changed later in life. Those kind of concepts were actually utilized in the story. And so I was trying to lay some groundwork so that when it came up, it would be understood.
Okay. We're in a time when technology does nearly everything, and we still even have hardships. How do you think this will affect people who are in the middle of hardships after they read this book?
That's a good question. Well, my hope is that the book will be very encouraging. I mean, I wrote this book, first of all, to be a very inclusion, community-building type of a story. So that regardless of whether your heritage is European or African or Native American, and even any other particular culture, and all the cultures that are here in this country now, this book has a message. Because basically, clogging is a living dance tradition. It's an American tradition that continues to survive and thrive and evolve with the times, and it reflects the culture of today. And so part of the book is to give hope to people that are struggling. And many of the characters had very serious, if not life-threatening, struggles at times. And what the book basically says is if you keep going forward, keep moving forward, and have some self-trust, and learn how to get along with people around you, good things can happen from that. And so I hope it's a book of encouragement and of hope.
Your characters seem to make their own musical instruments out of whatever they could find. Where did you get the idea to use a jawbone as a musical instrument?
Well, backing up a little bit, the book is filled with information about various folk instruments. Things like the spoons and the bones and the mouth harp and rattles and African drums and the fiddle and others. And in this part of the story, I needed an instrument to be used for a song. And the book does include the lyrics, many traditional lyrics and some original to many traditional songs. And I needed an instrument that would be appropriate to the time in this place in history.